Hello guys, welcome to my channel WebGR of Talents. So in today's video, we are going to look at the chapter tissues. So it's the chapter 6 of Ncert Science of class 9. So we have already discussed some part of the chapter in the previous video. If you hadn't watched the video, don't at all worry. The link is in the description. Watch it right now. Watch the first part of the video so that it will be convenient for you to understand the second part and the further parts. So let's move on. In the previous video, we have ended up with the plant tissues. So plant tissues are divided of two types. The first one is meristematic tissue and the second one is permanent tissue. As we discussed in the previous video, meristematic tissue is the growing tissue and permanent tissue are the dead cells. And permanent tissue helps in the rigidity of the plant, whereas meristematic tissue helps in the growth of the plant. So this would be the main difference in both of them. So first we'll look at the meristematic tissue, then move on to the permanent tissue in detail. So the meristematic tissue first. A meristematic tissue constitutes a group of actively dividing cells present in the growing region of plant, example, the tip of roots and stems. So I have already said you right before that meristematic tissue's main function is for the growth of the plant. So it as usually helps in the growing region of plants, such as if you observe what are the places that the plant goes, mainly the parts are roots and stems, so they are present in roots and stems. That is the reason the roots and stems of the plants are growing very rapidly. These tissues are responsible for increasing the length and girth of the plant. So as we know, as the plant grows, of course the length would grow because the tissues are growing, and even the size of the plant will grow. So now let's have a look at the characteristics of this meristematic tissue. The first one is that the cells of the meristematic tissue are similar in structure and have thin cellulose cell walls. So the meristematic tissue are similar in structure. The cells of them are identical with each other, and they have thin cellulose cell walls because they are continuously growing. And the second characteristic of that is that the cells may be spherical, oval, polygonal, or rectangular as well in shape. So they do not have a confined shape, they do not stick to a particular shape, they can be in any shape that they desire. The cells of tissue are compactly arranged and do not have intercellular spaces. They are stuffed in a piece of block, so they don't have intercellular spaces. The cells have dense protoplasm with prominent nuclei. And at last, vacuoles in these cells are either small or absent. Because vacuoles are mainly present in large quantity if we observe in only dead cells. So these are growing cells, so they are living cells. So they are present in small quantity or absent. Now even if we look on the basis of their position in the plant body, even this meristematic tissue can be divided into three types. So it's very important for us to remember about the names of these, because there are many divisions in a particular division, there are many subdivisions. So the three types of meristematic tissue are: first one is the apical meristem. The second one is the lateral meristem, and the third one is the intercalary meristem. So let's look at each one of them detailedly now. So first comes our apical meristem. Let's look at the apical meristem now. The first point is that these are present at the tips of roots, shoots, branches, and leaves. So apical meristem helps in the growth of the roots, as you can see in the picture here, and shoots, branches, and leaves. So that's why they grow very broadly. And the second point is that it brings about the elongation of the root and stem. It results in increase in the height of the plant, which is called primary growth. So the primary growth is nothing but the elongation of the roots and stem due to the apical meristem present in them. So now let's go to the lateral meristems. The first thing is that these are present along the lateral side of the stems and roots. For example, cork and cambium. So if we look at the apical meristem, have the meristems present in the roots and shoots. But here we have the lateral meristem present in the cork cambium and the stems and roots. And the second point is that it causes the organ or stem or root to increase in diameter and girth. This is called secondary growth. So in the before meristem it's primary growth, now it's a secondary growth. It causes the organ to increase in diameter and girth. This is called the secondary growth. Now let's look at the intercalary meristems. They are located at the base of leaves or internodes. Example, stems or grasses and other monocots and below the nodes. For example, mint. So the location of this intercalary nodes is that they are present in the internodes. Even the name suggests to us. The intercalary refers to internodes. The intercalary meristems produces an increase of length of organ such as leaves and internodes. So if it is present in the internodes, of course it increases the length of the particular organ. Now let's look at the functions of this meristematic tissue. Number 1. Meristematic tissue acts as the parent tissue from which other tissues develop. So it is the basic minimum first tissue from which all the other tissues develop. And the second function is that these tissues take part in growth by formation of new cells. So the third function of meristematic tissue is that the place of injury in plants is healed up by the formation of new cells by meristem. So the meristematic tissue plays a very crucial role as a repair unit or the hospital of the plant because it heals up or replaces the injured cells by new cells, and the meristems form the new cells. So that's enough for today. We have completed the plant tissue number 1, that is meristematic tissue, and in next video we will be looking at the next type of tissue, that is permanent tissue. And please do like, share and subscribe to my channel WebGR of Talents, and click on the bell icon after subscribing to get the notifications of all my latest video, and you won't be missing any of my video. And thanks a lot for watching this video. Have a great day ahead.